Nagarke. I
Ada? Rita, Pragati पाटील मॅडम म्हणते अश्विनी पाटील म्हणते प्रगती पाटील
Please give a huge round of applause and welcome all our dignitaries. A woman is the full circle. Within her is the power to create, nurture, and transform. A very good afternoon to esteemed guests, teaching and non-teaching staff, and all my student friends. On behalf of Lakshmi Narayan Innovation Technological University, I, Yashashvi Atmani from second year, welcome you all to the International Women's Day celebration. I take this opportunity to wish a happy Women's Day to all the beautiful and exceptional women here with us on and off the dais. We are here today to honor and celebrate exemplary women who have contributed, are contributing, and will continue to contribute to shape the society and inspire generations. Be it the Nightingale of India, late Sarojini Naidu ji, or the symbol of women empowerment, Honorable Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman ji, women continue to stand firm on the pedestal of growth and empowerment. Our event has been graced by the presence of some such remarkable women. Dr. Seema Dande ma'am, who is a renowned gynecologist. Dr. Rita Agrawal ma'am, who is a senior consultant, psychologist and counselor. Vaishali Nagarke ma'am, who is a food nutritionist. Pragati Patil ma'am, who is a dedicated social worker. Let us welcome them with a huge round of applause. The essence of tradition binds us all together. Honoring such tradition, let us now rise for the Vidyapiti. साक्षात् पूर्वता विज्ञानं विजयता विज्ञानं विजयता विहरता चन्द्रमण्डले सञ्चरता भूगोलं पश्यतां करतति योगिजनापि च मत्पूर्वदं विज्ञानं विजयता विज्ञानं विजयता यन्त्रशक्तिमत्यन्तमद्भुता यन्त्रशक्तिमत्यन्तमद्भुता वेद्यशक्तिं जलगणनीता परमां शक्तिं परमाणुगता विश्वहिता देवी नियोजयता स्वतन्त्र भारते नवीनं स्वतन्त्र भारते नवीनं विज्ञानं विजयता विज्ञानं विजयता विज्ञानं विजयता 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 There is no darkness so dense that it cannot be overcome by light. Let us start our program on an auspicious note by lighting the lamp and offering floral tributes to Rao Bahadur D. Lakshmi Narayan Ji, Srimati Bahina Bai, and Rashtra Sant Tukroji Maharaj. I request all the dignitaries of the dais to please proceed for the lighting of lamp. शुभं करोति कल्याणं आरोग्यं धनसम्पदा शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योति नमोस्तुते दीपज्योति नमोस्तुते Now I request coordinator of today's event, Dean of School of Mathematics and Data Analytics, Dr. Shubha Daudpuri ma'am, to welcome Dr. Seema Dande ma'am with a sapling. Thank you, ma'am. I would now like to call upon co-coordinator of today's event, Assistant Professor, Department of Applied Physics, Dr. N. Teju Kalyani ma'am, to welcome Dr. Rita Agrawal ma'am with a sapling. Thank you, ma'am. I would like to call upon Head of Biotechnology Department, R.P. Shankari ma'am, to welcome Vaishali Nagarke ma'am with a sapling. Thank you, ma'am. I request Assistant Professor, Department of Food Technology, Dr. Sheetal Deshmukh ma'am, to welcome Mrs. Pragati Patil ma'am with a sapling. Thank you, ma'am. We are delighted to acknowledge the presence of Mrs. Shilpa Vaidya ma'am, better half of our respected Vice Chancellor Atul Vaidya sir. I humbly request Dean of School of Physical and Chemical Sciences, Dr. Shilpa Pandey ma'am, to welcome Shilpa Vaidya ma'am with a sapling. Thank you, ma'am. May I now take this opportunity to invite Dr. Shubha Dautpuri ma'am to deliver an introductory speech.
Thank you, Yashashri. Respected Dr. Seema ma'am, Dr. Rita ma'am, Pragati ma'am, Vaishali ma'am, my fellow colleague and my dear students, a very good afternoon to one and all. Today we all are gathered here to celebrate International Women's Day. Actually, every year we celebrate it on 8th March, but today we are celebrating it. On this note, I am remembering some very wonderful lines which I read recently. गौर फरमाइएगा, बेशुमार होगी तारीख आज, ये एक दिन का मुनासिब नहीं, हर रोज है सन्मान के काबिल नारी, वो किसी तारीख की मोहताज नहीं. So every day is a Women's Day. Happy Women's Day to all beautiful and strong women on the dais and off the dais. International Women's Day is a global celebration of women's achievement and a call of gender equality. This day reminds us contributions women make to society. Here on background, you can see some great women who have created history and contributed lot for the nation. First place is Shakuntala Devi, known as a human computer. She was the Indian mental calculator. Her talent, because of her talent, she has been noted in a Guinness Book of World Record. She used to calculate a very big number multiplication division within a fraction of seconds. The next face is Mrs. Anandibai Doshi. She was the first female Indian doctor in Western medicine. Her contribution to the cause of Western medicine is noteworthy. Then is the Kalpana Chawla, youth icon. She was an Indian American astronaut who was the first Indian origin to fly to space. Then Rani Lakshmibai. खूब लड़ी मर्दानी, वो तो झांसी वाली रानी थी. Queen of Jhansi, known for her bravery. She was one of the leading figures of the rebellion of India of 1857. Then Kankopriya Lata Mangeshkar, one of the greatest singer of India. We popularly call her Melody Queen. There is the Savithabai Phule, the first female teacher of India. Sorry, I'm extremely sorry. Savitribai Phule, the first female teacher of India. She played a vital role in empowering women's rights in India. Because of her devotion sacrifices, we are here and we are getting education. Mother Teresa, who is the only woman from India to win a Nobel Prize. These are all great women who have contributed in diverse fields and created history. There are many more like Jizao, Sabkar, but who have created history, but time constant, I have mentioned few. In present era, there are many such great women contributing in various fields for betterment of society. Our present president, simple and great woman, respected Draupadi Murmu ma'am. Our finance minister, respected Nirmala Sitharaman, she presented the union budget 8 times, making her second to present largest number of budget. Our today's speakers are very dynamic women working in the diverse fields and serving for betterment of society. My fellow colleagues are also very dynamic women and giving their best for the betterment of students and for the betterment of LIT University. And I am confident enough that all my dear students sitting in the auditorium and all other girls of the young India will continue great work to make Bharat Vikasit Bharat. The theme of this year's International Women's Day is rights, equality and empowerment. In every mind of women sitting in the auditorium, this question might have arisen. Do men have all rights like men? Is there gender equality in the present society? Are all women in India are fully empowered? In my mind, answer is no, no and no. Because even though Universal Declaration of Human Rights states that all humans are born free and equal in dignity and rights regardless of gender. In practice, women often face discrimination and unequal access to rights as compared to men. Statistical data support this statement. Out of 542 seats of parliament, only 78 are female members. Women are not fully empowered yet in the present society. Her many decisions depend on her family members. Women are not safe today. A statistical data is very horrible. In every 4 minutes, a woman gets victimized. So, while celebrating Women's Day, we thought that we should make our girl students aware about the challenges which they may face at their workplace and solutions to overcome those challenges. Hence, theme of today's celebration is Working Women and Challenges. Today's eminent speakers will address those challenges and will also provide solutions to overcome them during their respective speeches. Before concluding, I would like to give very important messages to my students. Dear students, in all our situations, be strong because strong woman is the foundation of strong India. So fight for rights and equality because equality is not privilege, it's a right. On this day, let us define our commitment to building a future where women and men stand together as equals, lifting each other towards greater heights. We can shape a better tomorrow for future generations. With this, I would like to conclude. Thank you so much for patient hearing. Now I would like to take privilege to introduce our first speaker, Dr. Seema ma'am. Dr. Seema Dande is MD DNP MRCOF 1. She is a consultant at Dr. Dande Hospital and Research Center, Nagpur. She is adjunct faculty at Shalinitai Mege Medical College and Hospital, Nagpur. Her special interest is in urogynecology and high-risk obstetrics. She published her research papers in many national conferences and in the international conference at Budapest. She worked at many renowned places like Brishkandi Hospital, Mumbai, Air Force AQMC, Vaishali Nagar, ESIC and IGMC Hospitals, Nagpur. She has organized a workshop on urogynecology at Dande Hospital and Research Center at Nagarke. She is a winner of various national level object quizzes. May I now have the honor of inviting today's first speaker, Dr. Seema ma'am. Ma'am, please.
Thank you for such a wonderful introduction. Good afternoon to all the dignitaries on the dais and all the beautiful, lovely faces in front of me, all dressed in pink. I somehow managed to follow the dress code for today. Yeah. So as I have been told that the topic is working women and challenges. So what I am going to speak is not just for working women, it is for all the women. Because women are blessed with a lot of energy and a lot of power. They are power packed actually. And so they should utilize all their energies to make their dream come true. But there are certain health issues which may be hindering their progress. So I'm going to talk about a few issues which are very common these days, like menstrual irregularities. The second, the hot topic is the vaccination against cervical cancer and the problems in the middle-aged women about the osteoporosis and the menopausal symptoms. Is that right? Are you getting me? So every girl has heard of the term that is polycystic ovary. Am I right? Yeah. So what is a polycystic ovary? Actually, it is not an ovarian problem. It is the problem of the hormones which the body is making. So in these girls, what is happening is that the ovaries are a bit bigger in size and they are not normal. And they are producing a hormone that is a testosterone. You have heard of that hormone? As well as insulin, which is used in the control of blood sugar, right? So the body is not responding to this insulin. And this is responsible for all the changes which a lady has to bear. So the most common is the menstrual irregularities. Second is obesity. Third is presence of oily face, acne, excess hair on the growth, on the face, unwanted areas will show hair growth and there will be hair fall. Right? So these ladies they become very much depressed about their how they look, and that is the most common cause of depression these days, right? And they have difficulty in reducing weight as well. Moreover, they have difficulty in getting pregnant also after pregnancy, after marriage. Sorry. So this condition doesn't depend on ultrasound. If you go for an ultrasound and they say yes, your ovaries are bulky, but you don't have all these symptoms, then you don't have to worry about it. Okay? If you have these symptoms like obesity, menstrual irregularities, acne, hair growth, difficulty in getting pregnant, then you have to visit the doctor, right? So the treatment for this thing is this condition actually runs in the families, right? And almost 26 out of 100 ladies are having this problem. It is so rampant because maybe some dietary, environmental changes plus genes also are responsible for this. In PCOS, the most important thing you have to go for is lifestyle modification, right? Lifestyle modification, what it is? It is actually just to reduce your weight. If your BMI, do you know what the BMI means? It is weight to height ratio, right? So the weight to height ratio should be between 19 to 25. And if you are above that, then you have to take measures. You have to follow a healthy, balanced diet. My dietitian colleague will tell about it definitely. And this diet is must. You have to have whole grain cereals, whole grain bread, lean meat, fish, chicken. Then you have to stop or you have to curtail on caffeine intake. If you are smoking, then you have to stop smoking. If you have you are having too much of colas, that you have to stop. Excess of salt intake, excess of sugars you have to cut down. So even if you reduce a small amount of weight, it can produce a drastic change in your appearance and in your symptoms. This PCOS is not only a temporary thing, it affects your later life as well. Like in later life, there is a high risk of development of diabetes mellitus, high risk of cardiac condition. They have daytime drowsiness, your energy levels are low, then you have a habit, you develop somehow snoring habits, like sleep apnea is a condition which is responsible for a lot of deaths actually because of obesity, right? So we have to take actions in the early period so that these long-term effects are controlled. Then you have to visit to a gynecologist, of course, and diet and exercise. Exercising at least 30 minutes, 3 times a week is must. So if you follow this, then the requirement of medication is also reduced. So this is about PCOS. Anything you want to ask about this? Is it fine?
Question and answer section.
We can write later. Yeah. Now about the vaccination. There is a lot of vaccination drive going on about cervical cancer. So cervical cancer is a leading cause of deaths in women in India because the risk factors like early marriage, then multiple sexual partners, then multiple children if she is having many kids, then smoking, all these are high risk for development of cervical cancer. So this is the only cancer which can be prevented. So there are primary prevention methods like vaccination, like the national drive, we take DPT, BCG, all these vaccines we take, right? So this is a cancer against the virus which is responsible for cancer. Which is this virus? It is HPV, that is human papilloma virus. There are many types of this virus, many around 100 strains, but we are focusing on only 4. 6, 11, 16, 18, these are the 4 strains which are responsible for cancer of the cervix. Do you understand what a cervix means? It is the mouth of the womb, mouth of the uterus. Okay, so the patient will have abnormal vaginal discharge. She will have post bleeding after intercourse or some pain in abdomen. These are or irregular menstrual bleeding or bleeding in between the periods. So if a patient presents such symptoms, they have to visit the gynecologist. And from the age of 9, when she is 9 years old, this vaccine has to be taken. This is a simple vaccine which has to be given intramuscular, and only 2 doses are needed till the age of 15 years. And if you are above 15, then 3 doses are needed, 0, 1 and 6, which is like that. It does not cause any reaction, so don't be scared. There is a lot of discussion going on WhatsApp media that this vaccine is not safe, it should not be taken. But mind you that this drive is going on in UK and European countries since long. So we should take it. Previously the cost was high, but now the cost has also been reduced. So you should take the benefit of this vaccine. It doesn't prevent only against cancer, but other genital infections also. And boys are also to be vaccinated. It is not that just the girls are to be vaccinated. Right? Now the third point I would like to address is the perimenopausal ladies. See, after the age of 40, what happens is that the ovaries, they stop working gradually and the estrogen hormone becomes low and low. So it affects your menstrual cycles, they become irregular. Plus, along with this, you start getting the perimenopausal symptoms. What is menopause? It is absence of periods for 1 year. But before that absence of periods, you get irregular periods, then you get hot flushes, night sweats, mood swings, your bones become weak. So all these symptoms, they suggest that you are nearing menopause. So at this time, you have to take action in the form of healthy diet. You have to have weight-bearing exercises. You have to do meditation so that your mood is good. If it is not helping, you have to visit a gynecologist so that you will take calcium supplements, vitamin D supplements, E, magnesium, soya products. They are very good for your bones. Otherwise, if you don't take care, then it will lead to fractures. Your bones will become very brittle. They can break easily. So this is very important in this. And the treatment is hormone replacement therapy. But the ladies, they are very much scared of taking hormone replacement. They feel that it can cause cancers. But mind you, it is a very, very good thing to have because it will help to prolong your life. The risk of dying because of your heart problem is reduced, your bones become strong, the vaginal dryness and repeated urine infections which happen in the menopausal age, that is also reduced. So you should definitely visit a gynecologist in the perimenopausal age so that if the treatment is not started once all this has set in and it becomes very late for you to take the treatment. So these are the three things which I wanted to highlight because I proactively ask the girls to take the vaccine. Nobody comes to me कि I want the vaccine, but I tell them they come for some other reason and then I tell them we have to take this. But they are motivated. Girls are motivated these days. Right? I think this much is sufficient for today's talk. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for making us aware about the various symptoms of PCOS, cervical cancer, and suggesting such everyday measures that can help us prevent such grave health conditions. And for explaining such complex medical terms like perimenopause in such a clear and engaging way, and for suggesting various benefits of availing such vaccines that we are often scared to avail. Thank you so much, ma'am. I humbly request Aarti Shanwari ma'am to introduce our esteemed guest Vaishali Nagarke ma'am.
Very good afternoon to everybody sitting over here. A very happy Women's Day to all of you. Esteemed guests present on the dais, fellow colleagues, and my dear student friends. It's my honor and privilege to introduce to you a very distinguished expert in the field of nutrition and wellness who has made a significant impact in the lives of countless individuals seeking a healthier and more balanced lifestyle. Please join me in welcoming the talented and accomplished Dr. Vaishali Nagarke. Welcome. Dr. Vaishali's academic foundation is rooted in the prestigious Kendriya Vidyalaya in Rajasthan, where she laid the groundwork for her future success. She then pursued her passion for hospitality and culinary arts, earning a bachelor degree in hotel management. However, her true calling lay in the domains of nutrition and wellness, leading her to obtain a diploma in dietetics. With a strong educational foundation in place, Dr. Vaishali embarked on a remarkable professional journey. Her impressive work experience spans over 14 years with notable stints at esteemed organizations. For 11 years, she held the position of slimming head at well-known VLCC, as we all know, where she plays a pivotal role in transforming the lives of numerous individuals seeking weight management solutions. Subsequently, she took on the role of center management at Kaya Clinic for 2 years, further expanding her expertise in the wellness industry. Currently, Dr. Vaishali serves as the center manager and consultant at Assure Hair Clinic, where she continues to make a positive impact on the lives of her clients. Throughout her illustrious career, Dr. Vaishali has demonstrated exceptional leadership skills, a keen understanding of nutritional science, and genuine passion for empowering individuals to achieve their wellness goals. It is our pleasure, ma'am, to have Dr. Vaishali to share her expertise with us today, and confident that her insights and experiences will inspire, educate, and motivate us all. Without further delay, please join me in welcoming our next esteemed panelist, Dr. Vaishali Shekhar Nagarke. Please, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, to give such a warm and good welcome to me. And thank you, Shobha, especially for calling me here. It's really my pleasure to give some my views about working women with wellness and diet part here. I am. So the quote which initially ma'am guided, initially a woman is the full circle within her is ability to create, nurture and transform. Right? So here we are discussing more about women's health and wellness. So major role played by diet in individuals' day-to-day schedule, whatever we are following. But nowadays, with so much of hectic schedule, we are not able to take time for us and follow a proper diet, right? So I am helping with some points which are here. Importance of women's health, celebrating women's achievement and taking care of their health. Apart from that, I'm going to give nutrition and lifestyle choices impact women's health, skin, hair, and overall well-being. Healthy food for women basically will see balanced diet essential for women, wherein we need to take care of protein intake in day-to-day routine, followed by good amount of iron-rich food, calciums, vitamins, healthy fats too, and then very important thing which is hydration, which we need to keep on daily basis. Like drink plenty of water for skin, good digestion, and overall good health. Healthy fats, which includes good fats kind of olive oil, nuts, fatty fish like salmon and all. Calcium-rich diet, which is very important to like vitamin D, and which is dairy products, leafy greens, and fortified plant-based milk too. Iron-rich food, as we all are aware, there are a number of women who are facing less of HPs nowadays. So wherein we need to take care of iron-rich food too. Some iron-rich foods are spinach, lentils, red meat, and fortified cereals too. Protein, which plays very important role. Some example of proteins are lean meats. For vegetarians, it's legumes or milk and milk products, and nuts too. Nutritional, like as ma'am told me to guide you people about gray hairs now, which is very common, like factor in a ladies. Nutritional deficiency may cause gray hairs, wherein it may cause because of ages also, it may because of genetics also, and nutritional deficiencies also. For nutrition part, we need to take care about vitamins, which is B12, which found in eggs, dairy, and fortified cereals. Apart from that, we need to take a proper copper-rich food, which will be help to reduce gray hairs, kind of like nuts, seeds, shellfish, and dark chocolates too. Antioxidant-rich foods, called as berries, green leafy vegetables, and tomatoes also helping to stop graying of hairs. Biodine and folate, which is eggs, nuts, and legumes, again help to fight about gray hairs and protects hair from free radical damage too. Then hair fall is very common cause which now we are facing. We need to control that with the help of diet too. Common causes for hair fall in women is somehow stress, which is we are facing. Apart from that, hormonal changes, as ma'am guided you about the hormonal changes, PCOS, PCOD, wherein people are facing hair fall. And then nutritional deficiency too, and poor diet also. So we need to take care of it with the help of proper diet, wherein iron and zinc-rich food really help, which is somehow red meat, spinach, and pumpkin seeds, which we can include in our day-to-day daily diet. Omega-3 fatty acids also helps to control our hair fall. Kind of fish like salmons, walnuts, and flax seeds. We can add some biotin rich foods also, which will help to control hair fall, kind of eggs, almonds, and avocados. Vitamin A and vitamin C will also help to control hair fall, like carrots, sweet potatoes, citrus fruits, and bell peppers too. Now, obesity in young and working women is very common. Basically, it's because of sedentary lifestyle. Apart from that, it's majorly because of irregular eating pattern and then stress and hormonal imbalance, which is very common nowadays. So there are some healthy lifestyle tips which we can apply to follow a healthy lifestyle, like regular exercises. We can include little bit of yoga or walking or any kind of physical activity which will be help us to give some calorie burning activity in a day. And then we need to choose some mindful eating, like avoid emotional eating. Some people feel, yeah, I am stressed, so we can have more of sweets. Some people feel we can have more of dark chocolates, we can have more of chocolates, sweets and all, which will be going to give other health conditions to you. And then eat in moderation. It's not like eat like whatever we are having in our plate, we can complete it. Always choose a colorful plate with a balanced diet. Avoid processed foods, like focus on whole and fresh foods rather than packaging and packaged food. Meal planning is very important in our lifestyle, which is set a regular meal time to avoid skipping meals or overeating. We need to take proper care of food with timings too. As ma'am guided about PCOS and PCOD, so this is basically a hormonal imbalance, which is 26% as mine guided nowadays facing number of people. So dietary tips for PCOS and PCODs, we need to conclude that we need to take low glycemic index foods like whole grains, vegetables, fruits, and legumes. Apart from that, we need to include anti-inflammatory foods like turmeric, berries, leafy green, and fatty fish. Balanced blood sugar is very important, like include healthy fats, high fiber foods, and lean proteins. Limit your sugars and processed foods, help maintaining hormone and balance, reducing insulin resistance too. Lifestyle modification for better health. Daily physical activity, regular exercises help in regulation of hormones, which will be help in weight management and stress reduction too. Sleep is again an important part, plays important part. Like adequate sleep for mental and physical well-being is very important. So at least we need to take 7 to 8 hours of sleep on day-to-day basis. Stress management is again important to take care of health, to take care of our health, which is we can do with the help of meditation, mindfulness, and relaxation techniques too. There are something which is anti-aging diet for women too. So diet to fight aging is like we can add some antioxidants in our daily routine, which are berries, dark chocolates, green tea to fight free radicals. Apart from that, vitamin C again help crucial for collagen production, found in citrus fruits, strawberries, bell peppers, oranges, sweet limes. These are good examples of vitamin C. And then omega-3 fatty acids, which will help to retain the skin elasticity, which is found in salmon, walnuts, and chia seeds. Collagen production foods kind of bone, broth, and eggs and beans. Collagen production will help in tightening, firming, and toning to individual, which will be indirectly helping in anti-aging. Green vegetables like leafy green and vegetables for skin health are very important. Hydration is again very important. At least take 7 to 8 glasses of water in a day to keep yourself hydrated, to keep your skin plump and glowing. So the takeaway message for women is prioritize your health, self-care, and wellness through balanced nutrition, healthy habits, and regular exercises. Apart from that, a healthy diet not only supports physical well-being but also mental clarity, confidence, and happiness too. Let's commit to adopting healthier lifestyle and making informed choices for a healthier future. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your knowledge in such depth about sources of nutrition, vitamins, and iron-rich foods, and sharing us, making us aware about causes of gray hair fall, obesity. We will certainly be prioritizing our overall health and appearance using the tips that you have provided us. Thank you, ma'am. I now request Dr. N. Tejo Kalyani, ma'am, to introduce our honorable guest, Dr. Rita Agrawal, ma'am.
Behind every strong mind is a great psychologist who helps unravel the unseen battles within. A very good afternoon to all the women here on the dais and off the dais. On this special occasion, International Women's Day, of course belated, we celebrate the strength, resilience, and achievements of women. On this platform, it's also important to recognize the power of mental well-being in empowering women to reach their full potential. To address on such concurrent lines, we have with us a remarkable individual, Dr. Rita Agrawal, a senior consultant psychologist who dedicated her life in understanding the human mind, guiding individuals through their struggles, and helping them build emotional strength. Dr. Rita Agrawal ma'am is a senior consultant psychologist, and has been involved in this profession since 1992. She has MPhil in clinical psychology from Bombay University and bagged a gold medal in both MA and BA honors from Ranchi University. She is a columnist in the largest English daily newspaper, the Hitfana, since 1994, called Emotions, which is very popular even today. She has been honored with two highest awards, Service Above Self and the People of Action Champions of Impact at Rotary International Convention, Singapore in May 2024. She is a behavioral trainer of industry for industry and institutions as well. She is co-founder and chair of Rotary Action Group on mental health initiatives at global level. She is also the editor of a monthly newsletter, Mind Matters on Mental Health, published by Rotary District Action Group on Mental Health 3030. It's our privilege to have such eminent psychologists, not just someone who listens, but someone who helps people help, grow, and transform their lives. I now request Rita Agrawal ma'am to address and guide others gathering here, and request all the audience to invite her for the speech with a big round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's always embarrassing to hear your own biodata. But a very good afternoon to all of you. And thank you so much, Dr. Shubha Nagpur, for inviting me. Though I've been living in Nagpur since 1987. This is the first time I'm invited here. NIT doesn't like me at all. I've been to practically all the colleges, industry, in and around Nagpur, but not LIT. And now that you have become a university, so hearty congratulations to all of you for becoming a university. And thank you, Shubhaji, for inviting me here. Because I always wanted to see LIT. It is so famous. I think it's, after the IITs, it's the best in the country. So are you all proud?
Yes.
Yeah, so when you become proud of something, you also get stressed. Because it adds a responsibility to your shoulders. Arey, LIT ki ho, kuch to sharam karo. So you carry a responsibility. You carry a certain burden on your shoulders, and the expectations of your parents and expectations of your society go up. But my very good wishes to all the dignitaries here, Dr. Seema, Dande, Vaishali, Pragati, Ashwini ji, Shilpa ji, and all the faculty members and dear students, dear girl students. I wonder why you have kept the boys out today? Any particular reason? Because the boys should know, see, there are, these advertising fellows are very smart and very bad. They make posters and advertisements like, why should boys have all the fun? And then they sell you something. That's all their purpose is. So it's not that girls also should have fun. It's that the boys should also know. So today, when I talk to, I think International Women's Day is a good day to give a lot of jhado also people when you feel angry about something. To give a lot of advice and do a lot of bombardment also. Because there was a program I was addressing on Zoom when men were sitting. So after I gave the lecture on the women's mental health condition and stuff and the stress women undergo and why women undergo stress, and we opened the question and answer session, and guess what the question a lady popped up. I was very upset. She said, ma'am, I work in an office where there are a lot of men and they are all stressed. Can you tell me about men's stress? I said, no. अरे एक दिन इंटरनेशनल विमेंस डे मना रही हो, आज तो विमेन की बात कर लो, आज ही तो आदमियों के बारे में सोच रही हो. I said no. She said, why? Don't you believe men are stressed? I said, men are stressed. Women are stressed. Men are stressed. Everybody is stressed. The whole world is stressed. It's a global stress. But if you ask me this question, it stresses me to the utmost because we have been, like Shubhaji said, we have been fighting for women's rights since eternity. This is the fourth wave or the fifth wave. 18 आपने सावित्री बाई फुले जी की बात बताई. That was the first wave in 1850. First wave feminism, second wave feminism, third wave, fourth wave, fifth wave. Are we liberated today? Yes or no? No. Why? Why? That's the biggest question. Anyway, so women and stress. Next slide, please. We are not liberated because किसी के हाथ में power है, patriarchy है. उसके हाथ में power है. छोड़ेगा? नहीं छोड़ेगा. वो बोलेगा आओ आओ मेरे साथ बैठो. Never. People have been fighting for power positions. अब उसके हाथ में power है और equality का झंडा गाड़ेंगे और बोलेंगे प्रेम से हमको अपने साथ बिठा लो तो नहीं बिठाने वाला है. So nobody is going to, the only man in your life who will respect you, give you freedom, give you liberty, give you honor as whom? Father. We all know that. Even I know it. Only man in your life who can give you some respect and dignity. With all the rest, you have to take it. That is your biggest challenge. Take it, fight for it, and keep fighting for it. Don't give up. And Swami Vivekananda always says, rise, awake, be strong, be a hero, have nerves of steel and muscles of iron. That's what you have to become, girls, because all of you live in a very tough time. We also face tough times, but I think times for you will be tougher. I don't know why. So now let's understand quickly the model of mental health. If you understand this model, you will be able to identify where your problems are coming from. So this is also proposed by the WHO, which is the World Health Organization, which Trump has thrown out. So it says it's called the biopsychosocial model of mental health. So there is a biological reason for mental health that Dr. Seema told you about, that if your body, your hormones, your chemical imbalances, all of you are doing chemical engineering and chemical technology, your body is nothing but chemicals. It's all biochemistry and biochemistry. So you understand that better. So if your body and your biochemicals, there's an hormonal imbalance, you can have some problems which will affect your mind. So some problems come from your biology. The second type of problems come from your social sphere. And we have all been talking about patriarchy. So social norms, culture, religion. आज भी आप करवा चौथ रखती है ladies, आज भी छठ पूजा करती है, आज भी पता नहीं क्या क्या करती है जो टेक्नोलॉजी के एज में हम नहीं करना चाहिए. तो कल्चरल वैल्यूज हमारे इतने पुराने, इतने रिजिड, इतने गहरे हैं, जाते नहीं. और उसको अगर हम निकाल भी देंगे तो फिर करेंगे भी क्या? We have to replace it with something better. So cultural norms, values, belief systems, patriarchy, your family, everything is part of your social culture, which is going to impact you and your mind. If you have mental health problems, it can come even from the social determinants. They are called the social factors and the social determinants of mental health. Then, of course, your own psychology. How you think about yourself, your self-esteem, your self-confidence, your positive thoughts, your coping strategies, stress tolerance behavior, plenty of challenges which you are going to face psychologically. Your mental health depends upon all these three factors, basically. So I'm not repeating it. This is what I actually said in the earlier slide. So what are the strong, as a mental health professional and as a psychologist, what are the strong mental health dimensions which you should focus on? I just give you a small list here. The list is very long, but I thought these were the primary factors. You have already copied down my PowerPoint, so you can pass it on to everybody. You don't have to take notes, right? The PowerPoint is there in your department. So it's basically the three factors which I think are important is emotional fitness, because you should be emotionally strong, and your communication system. Your communication is huge. Women should learn how to communicate. I think one of the main causes where women lag behind is not being able to negotiate and not being able to communicate in a proper manner. They may start crying, or they may get angry, or they will be submissive, they are not assertive. You cannot stand for your rights. I'm talking of women's rights and the ladies asking me men's problems. See how it is, the focus, where is the focus? Then stress tolerance is very important. Besides that, there are some more personality dimensions which you should focus on if you are to be a strong woman, like Swami Vivekananda says. Next. Now we come to stress. So what is stress? I think you must know that stress is when your homeostasis is that the balance of your body gets upset. So if you're very calm, relaxed, cool, you're happy, you're in a good frame of mind, that's normal. You're in harmony. You're in equanimity. Your mind is in harmony and peace. And the moment it gets upset, then the balance is gone. Either you get emotional and you start seeing some symptoms in your body and your mind. That is the time we'll tell you what the symptoms are, and you'll say, oh, ये तो रोज होता है. So if you get those symptoms, it means your body is undergoing some stress and you have to bring it back to normal. So bring it back to the balance. That's the most important part. The moment you bring it to homeostasis, you're fine. Next slide. When your balance is threatened, it means you're under stress. Have you heard of the flight and fight response of the body? Read about it. Yeah, I'm sure you have. So now see, look at the physical responses which your body throws when it is an indication that there is some stress undergoing. Muscular tension, palpitation, no, that's physical. Mouth drying, my mouth is drying at the moment, so maybe stomach upsets, nausea, blood pressure, headaches, backache, fatigue, lethargy, low enthusiasm. बोर हो रहे हैं, क्या करना है, मन नहीं कर रहा है, कॉलेज नहीं जाना है, पढ़ना नहीं है, एग्जाम नहीं करना है. टेंशन आ रही है, कंसंट्रेशन नहीं हो रहा है, blurring of vision. Next one. And then there are some mental symptoms. सर घूम रहा है, going blind. एग्जाम आ रहा है तो ब्लाइंड तो होना ही है. टेम्पररी मेमोरी लॉस, जो पढ़ा था सब भूल गया है. इंटरव्यू में लोग जाते हैं अच्छे पढ़े लिखे IITs और वहां पे बैठे रहते हैं लोग डेस्क के सामने, आपका नाम भूल गए, अपना नाम भूल गए जो माँ बाप ने दिया था. Thoughts chasing or jumping, boredom, depression, confidence loss, inability to think, inability to, and finding everything too much trouble. जिंदगी मुसीबत हो जाती है, अबे क्या करना कैसे करना. We find everything a burden, and when we are happy, and everything is very light-hearted and nice and great. The mind and the body is in harmony, it sings, and it's in a happy state of mind. Next. So what are the stressors? Stressors can be anything in your life, anything. आपको मैम ने बॉडी के सिम्टम्स बताए, आपको डाइट बताया, आप गलत डाइट खाएंगे उसका भी स्ट्रेस आएगा, ज्यादा खा लेंगे उसका भी स्ट्रेस आएगा, कम खाएंगे उसका भी स्ट्रेस आएगा. आई एम जस्ट जोकिंग. स्ट्रेस कैन बी एनीथिंग. It could be external and it could be internal as well. What are the external stressors? You have parental pressures. I told you have pressure of studying in LIT, pressure of doing very well in life, getting the best job in the highest corporate sector, being a CEO, going abroad for your future studies. All these are expectations, very high expectations from your family, from your parents, and maybe from yourself. Because you take it, you internalize it, you don't throw it away. इंदिरा नोई का नाम सुना है आपने? इंदिरा नोई क्या बोलती है? इंदिरा नोई Pepsi Cola की chief, she's retired now, but she is a real solid firebrand woman. उसके इंटरव्यूज देखो आप YouTube पे, मजा आएगा आपको. वो क्या बोलती है? वो बोलती है कि समाज के जितने रूल आप तोड़ेंगे उतने सुखी जाओ. She tells the girls, break as many rules as you can. You will be happy. Of course, in a good way. Not in a bad way. Don't break the rules which will harm you ultimately. ऐसा नहीं. Which will take you ahead. So stressors external are parental pressures, academic pressures, peer pressure, expectations, bullying, ragging, family disturbance, romantic relationships. बहुत फालतू काम है. ये नहीं करना. You know, I met a group of boys in my clinic. Beautiful boys, very nice boys. What was good about them, what I liked about them was, I said, what are your problems? So they had very different types of problems, like they wanted to discuss career, interview kaise dena, aage kaise jana, and stuff like that. And I said, any romantic involvements? They all touched their hands and said, no ma'am. 3 of us have decided, best friends, 3 of us have decided, no lampadebaazi till you are settled. Till you get a job and you are earning, no girls. It's a waste of time. Getting involved with girls, having relationships, having affairs, फिर दिल टूट रहा है, दिल लग रहा है, पॉकेट भी खाली हो रही है, फायदा कुछ नहीं हो रहा है, शादी तो माँ बाप ने करनी है. So it was so beautiful. मुझे बड़ा मजा आया. मैंने कहा यार, you all should go around the country and the colleges and you should give lectures to students. No romantic involvement. Be happy. And they say हम पूरी दुनिया घूमते हैं. अब अपना बैग पैक करते हैं, छुट्टियां लगती है, पूरी वर्ल्ड घूमते हैं. वर्ल्ड मतलब इंडिया, जितना उनका पॉकेट अलाउ करता है, हम सब जगह घूमते हैं और खूब एंजॉय करते हैं. और कहीं लड़की के चक्कर में फंस गए, होना ही होना है. नेक्स्ट. Internal, sorry. So what are the internal stressors? If you are a negative thinker, you have a negative self-image. मैं अच्छी नहीं हूँ, मैं मोटी हूँ, मैं पतली हूँ, मैं काली हूँ, मैं दुबली हूँ, मैं नाटी हूँ, क्या क्या नहीं हूँ. अरे मैं हूँ ना, मैं जो हूँ सो हूँ, कुछ भी हूँ, मैं हूँ. And that was a very nice title of a movie which Shah Rukh Khan did. मैं हूँ ना. We can just say मैं हूँ. That's it. I am. The best philosophy of life is I am. I am who I am. I am. High expectations from your own self. See, it is good to have high expectations from your own self, but don't die for it. Don't kill yourself. Don't stress yourself for it. Do your best and leave the rest. I always say, I got 2 gold medals, I don't know how. I didn't work for it. I used to just enjoy studying. मजा आता था मुझे. जब मेरे एग्जाम में एक्चुअली सारा साल नहीं पढ़ती थी. That's a bad example. Dr. Shubha will not like it. Art student can afford to do that. Science students have lab work to do, so you can't. But we used to, whole year I used to do masti, see a lot of films, go out with my friends, have fun. Last 3 months, I was looking for my textbooks and notes. फिर eat, sleep, drink, study, nothing else. 24 hours, yeah, every whole, it was like you eat studies, think studies, sleep studies, drink studies, do nothing else. I used to talk. It was not all that difficult. I used to enjoy it. My mother was saying, "Tiyari ho gayi, mujhe haan dekha jayega, jo hoga ho jayega." You just go happily, sit in the exam and come back nicely. So, difficulty in subjects, that reminds me, I was, Dr. Shubhaji, I was terrified of maths. And my stress point in school was mathematics. And when I see somebody in mathematics, I say, I'm so salute to you. This is one subject जो मेरे भगवान ने मेरे पल्ले डाला ही नहीं कि मैं तू maths छोड़ दे मत कर. And my father was almost like Shakuntala Devi. He never used a calculator. He never used to use from IIT, ISN, which is Indian School of Mines. It was the only mining institute in the country at that time. अभी उसको IIT बना के उसको बर्बाद कर दिया. Actually, Indian School of Mines was one of its kind. Like you don't rename the Taj, right? Taj को कुछ और तो नहीं बनाएंगे ना. Indian School of Mines को IIT बना दिया. Anyway, people say there are benefits. I used to love that place because my father was there. So he was like a computer at mathematics. We used to just ask him, he'll multiply, he'll divide, he'll do everything. We just have to go to him and say, Papa, iska kya? Orally. He wants a calculator like him. He was so good. And we used to laugh. After एक दिन competition लगा देंगे शकुंतला देवी से. शायद वो हार जाएगी. But मेरे को नहीं दिया भगवान ने genes. I said, he never gave it to me. And I often used to feel very bad about it. Why can't I do maths here? ऐसी क्या चीज़ है कि मेरा दिमाग चलता ही नहीं उस direction में. तो फिर ठीक है. I said God has made me for some other better work to do. So poor study habits and poor health. Next one. Healthy de-stressing, we'll just rush through it. Healthy de-stressing activities is breath control, muscle relaxation, exercise, prayer, talk to a friend, listen to music, eat good food, like you can talk to Vaishali and say, give me good diet plan. Next one. And unhealthy de-stressing activities is smoking, drinking, internet surfing. It's really time wasting. Social media, though मैं भी बैठ जाती हूँ कभी रात को तो पता ही नहीं चलता कि आधा घंटा चला गया. Then I throw it. It's so addictive. It's so addictive. Then romantic involvements also I told you is unhealthy, and gaming of course is unhealthy. Next one. This is the last point I want to make. The new science of stress. This is very, very interesting. They say 30% of your stress is because of the situation, and 70% stress is because of what you believe it to be. Is your response to the situation. So your beliefs and your attitudes about stress. And will you give me 5 minutes? So we were talking of women in science who have made their mark. I wrote an article recently last month in February on women in science, and it was published somewhere on some internet magazine, that the great strides that women have made in the field of science. One of them is Elizabeth Blackburn, and she got the Nobel Prize for it, along with her friend Carol. Anybody who's read about Elizabeth Blackburn and her theory of deliverance? Any one hand? That's the first thing you have to do today on YouTube. type in Elizabeth Blackburn, Nobel Prize winner, and her theory on telomeres. Because she will tell you the theory, the new science on stress. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful. Because she talks about how telomeres is basically the two ends of like a shoelace and the two ends which hold the cell or the chromosome together. She talks, you see that film there, which is image there? So the two ends is known as telomeres, and there is a chromosome in between. The chromosome is held by the telomeres. When the telomeres dies and decays, the chromosome or the cell dies, breaks down and dies, and aging takes place. It could be the cell of any part of your body, the brain, the skin, any part of the organs. And that's how aging takes place. And then, while she was doing this study, a psychologist friend of hers walked into her lab and said, have you ever considered the role of stress in telomerase aging? She said, I never thought about it. Because being a molecular biologist, she was only stuck into the laboratory with genes and the genetic structure. Nothing to do with psychology and the mind at all. And that changed her entire perspective to the study. So what she started doing is, with the help of a friend, they started doing studies on stress of caregivers. A caregiver could be a woman who has a child with autism, who has cancer patient at home, who's basically a caregiver who takes care of somebody. Now, mothers who have children who are born with developmental delays are extremely stressed because that's a 24-hour job. Any mother who has a special child will know what is stress. And they found that these young mothers, 30 years old, 35 years old, looked old because of stress. So she said, aging is not your age, chronological age, but aging is due to the death of the telomerase, which makes your chromosome collapse. And that is because of your mind. And they did a lot more studies where they found that you could be 90. I have a mother 94 at home, healthier than me. She cooks, she can feed me, and she walks around the house, looks after the house, she's more active. So what they found is aging is not your number of years, aging is how you think. Aging is what you believe in. You have problems in life, you have stress in life, you are a caregiver. If you think that this is a challenge which I have to face, and it's a good challenge, God has given it to me, you give it a meaning and a purpose in life. That I'm doing this for a specific meaning, I'm doing it for a specific purpose. I have a goal, I have to achieve something, I have to prove something. You won't have stress. But if you take that challenge as a मुसीबत, क्या मुसीबत है? ये भी करना पड़ेगा. मेरी तो लाइफ खराब हो गई. मेरी तो किस्मत ही खराब है. लो, अब इसका क्या करूं? Your belief and your attitudes and your negative thinking will kill you. And your positive attitude towards stress, however stressed you may be, will do no damage to you. It will give you good health. This is the new science. Please watch Elizabeth Blackburn tonight. That's your homework. So I stop here to the last slide. I don't think I need to say more. Managing stress, I just give you a simple formula to remember, which is the AAA formula. So the first A stands for awareness of self. You must know yourself. Who am I? What are my strengths? What's my personality? What are my weaknesses? What do I have to work on? How do I follow the Vivekananda's ideals? Awareness of self. Second, attitudes. We've already talked about it. Positive attitudes. Take up life's challenges with happiness, with a purpose, with a meaning, with a goal in life. Action. Action is what you have to do. What Dr. Seema Dande also told you. Exercise. Your diet, your meditation. What you have to do to keep yourself healthy, upright, mentally and physically. Thank you. Stay fit and stay happy.
you so much, ma'am, for making the session not only informative but also so enjoyable. We truly appreciate how you explained the psychosocial model and stress management using real-life examples and practical insights. And we will certainly go home and look up Elizabeth Blackburn and Indira Nui and empower ourselves to fight for our rights. Thank you, ma'am. I now seek the presence of Dr. Sheetal Deshmukh, ma'am, to introduce our revered speaker, Mrs. Pragati Patil, ma'am.
Good afternoon, one and all present here. Dignitaries of the dais, faculty members, all dear students, wish you a very happy Women's Day to all of you. And it's my great pleasure to introduce distinguished guest, Mrs. Pragati Ajay Patil, a remarkable leader who has dedicated her life to public service in Mahanagar. She was born on 18 January 1968 at Dharashiv in Marathwada region of Maharashtra. Her academic credentials include MPhil degree and diploma in journalism and dramatics. Mrs. Patil has built an impressive career in politics, social work, and community leadership. She has been elected as a corporator in Nagpur Municipal Corporation 3 consecutive times in 2007, 2012, and 2017, and has been a standing committee member in NMC 3 times. Her leadership extends beyond electoral politics. She has served as the working president of the prestigious Yashwantrao Chauhan Pratishthan for Vidarbha region, secretary of late Vasantrao Naik Krishi Vikas Pratishthan, and executive member of Maharashtra Hindi Rashtrabhasha Sabha. Mrs. Patil is the president of Nagpur Railway Station Coolie and Auto Rickshaw Welfare Association. She has served as the president of Rotary Club of Nagpur, elite for 2018-19. Throughout her distinguished career, she has contributed to various committees including education, metro development, fire department, and district planning and development. Now I would like to invite Mrs. Patil, champion for women's empowerment, a visionary leader, to express her views.
गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरु देवी महेश्वरा गुरु साक्षात परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः. आजच्या या गुरुवर्याचं मंच आहे मॅडम. आज कुठलं पॉलिटिक्सचं नाही आहे, त्यामुळे मी खूप खुश आहे, कारण अशा मंचावर आम्हाला खूप कमी वेळा बोलवलं जातं. नाहीतर आम्ही जेव्हा कुठल्याही मंचावर उभं राहतो तेव्हा कुठल्या तरी विरोधकांवर टीका करणे, कुठली तरी मागणी करणे. त्याच्यामुळे आजचा मंच माझ्यासाठी खूप म्हणजे महत्वाचा आहे. आणि तुम्ही जे गुरुवारी आहात इथे, तुमच्या मार्फतच नवीन पिढी इथून तयार होऊन जाते. तर या लाईटीने मला इथे बोलवल्याबद्दल सर्वप्रथम मी आपल्या सर्वांचे खूप खूप आभार मानते की आपण मला इथे आठवण केली. मी थोडं मराठी भाषेकडे याच्यासाठी जाते की आत्ताच आमच्या मुख्यमंत्र्यांनी मराठी भाषेला दर्जा दिलाय, आणि मला वाटतं की नवीन पिढीला इंग्लिश बरोबर मराठी आपली मातृभाषा पण खूप चांगल्या प्रकारे यायलाच हवी. मला आताच यांनी सांगितलं, पण मी जास्त काम करते सोशल वर्क. जरी मी एका पार्टीचं प्रतिनिधित्व करते, पण सुरुवातीपासून माझा विश्वास जास्त सोशल वरती आहे. कारण पॉलिटिकल पार्टीजचे पद जे असतात ते तात्पुरते असतात, काही दिवसापुरतेच असतात. पण आम्ही जे समाजात काम करतो ते काम मला आयुष्यभर करायचंय, म्हणून मी जास्त माझ्या सोशल वर्कलाच जास्त महत्व देते. आमच्या मंचावरचे जे आत्ताचे गेस्ट आणि जे बोलले, सीमा दंडे मॅडम माझ्या पण त्या डॉक्टर आहेत, अतिशय हुशार. नागपूर शहरात तर मी म्हणते की सगळ्यात हुशार गायनॉलॉजिस्ट कोण असतील, बिनधास्त डोळे झाकून जर कोणाचं तुम्हाला डॉक्टरकडे जायचं असेल तर दंडे मॅडमकडे आपण जा. कारण त्यांचं त्या सोशलमध्ये पण खूप सर्व्हिसेस देतात फ्रीमध्ये पण. अग्रवाल मॅडमचं पण मी ऐकलं, अतिशय छान त्यांनी मुलींना वगैरे ते मार्गदर्शन केलं. डायटिस्ट मॅडम बसलेले आहेत. तुम्ही स्वतःला कसं डेव्हलप करायचं, कसं पॉझिटिव्ह राहायचं स्वतःबद्दल आणि कसं डेव्हलप व्हायचं, हे आज तुम्ही तुमच्या मंचावरून आज ऐकलंय. मी तुम्हाला दुसरी बाजू सांगणार आहे.
आत्ताच्या पिढीला मी सांगणार आहे की तुम्ही स्वतःसोबत, बाजूच्या आणि समाजाला कसं डेव्हलप करायचं, समाजाला घेऊन कसं चालायचं. कारण मॅडम आम्ही फील्ड वर्क करतो. फील्ड वर्क मध्ये पाहतो की आजकालची पिढी, सॉरी ना तुम्ही वाईट वाटून घेऊ नका, कारण कुठलंही वर्क करत असताना किंवा कुठलीही गोष्ट मांडत असताना प्रत्येक गोष्टीला दोन बाजू असतात. कुठल्याही नाण्याच्या दोन बाजू असतात. त्याच्यामुळे पॉझिटिव्ह आणि निगेटिव्ह मी महिलांमध्ये काम करत असताना दोन्ही बाजू पाहिलेल्या आहेत. आत्ताच्या नवीन पिढीला आम्ही कुठेतरी संस्कार सोडून, संस्कृती सोडून, मोबाईलच्या किंवा टीव्हीच्या या याच्यापासून कुठेतरी संस्कृतीपासून दूर जाताना आम्ही पाहिलेलं आहे. कारण पाहतोय आम्ही की आजकालचे मुलं आणि मुली जेव्हा आमच्याकडे कंप्लेंट्स येतात पोलीस स्टेशन मधून आई वडिलांच्या की माझ्या मुलीला हा मुलगा त्रास देतो किंवा माझ्या मुलीला ही मुलगी त्रास देते, पण जेव्हाही आम्ही पोलीस स्टेशन मध्ये जातो तर चित्र वेगळंच असतं. त्यामुळे मुला मुलींना आणि आपण मॅडम मी सगळ्यांना इथे आंतरराष्ट्रीय महिला दिनाच्या शुभेच्छा द्यायला विसरले, कारण मी फक्त 8 मार्च मध्येच गुंतून ठेवू इच्छित नाही कोणाला. मला असं वाटतं की 365 दिवस आमच्यासाठी असायला हवे. आणि नवीन पिढीच्या मुलींना मी तेच सांगते की तुम्ही 8 मार्च मध्ये गुंतून राहू नका, तुम्ही पुढे चला. कारण आम्ही 1910 पासून 8 मार्च साजरा करत आलोय. पॉझिटिव्हली जर विचार केला तर आमची परिस्थिती खूप सुधारली आहे. पूर्वीच्या काळामध्ये आम्हाला किचन मध्येच फक्त काम करायला लागायचं. इव्हन आम्हाला डायनिंग रूम मध्ये यायची पण मुभा नसायची. अगोदर सगळे जेंट्स जेवण करून घ्यायचे. त्याच्यामुळे आम्ही पहिले किचन मधून डायनिंग रूम मध्ये आलो, डायनिंग रूम मधून गप्पा मारायला आम्ही हॉलमध्ये आलो आणि हॉलमधून आम्ही घराचा उंबरठा ओलांडून बाहेर आम्ही नोकऱ्या करायला लागलो. म्हणजे ही आपली पॉझिटिव्ह परिस्थिती आहे. ही परिस्थितीच पाहता एका कवीने म्हटलंय, कल तक थी जमी पे नजरे, कल तक थी जमी पे नजरे, आज आसमां से भी पार है. कल तक थी जमी पे नजरे, आज आसमां से भी पार है. कल तक थी घूंघट में दुनिया, आज बाहों में सारा संसार है. आज बाहों में सारा संसार है. हे एका कवीने नक्की म्हटलंय. पण मी दुसरी बाजू मांडताना मी ते सांगेन की आजही आमच्या महिलांवर अत्याचार होत आहेत. आमच्या महिला आजही पीडित आहेत. ते वर्क या नवीन पिढीला करायचं. आम्ही एक महिला कट्टा नावाची एक संस्था चालू केली आहे. तिथे कुठलंही पॉलिटिकल बंधन नाही. तिथे आम्ही समूह बनवलाय. त्याच्यामध्ये महिला कट्टामध्ये शैक्षणिक समूह आहे, डॉक्टरचा आहे, सायकोलॉजिस्टचा आहे, ग्रामीण मध्ये काम करणाऱ्या महिला आहेत. अशा वेगळ्या वेगळ्या शिक्षणासाठी कुणा लोकांना समस्या असतील तर त्यांच्यासाठी समूह आहे. अशा वेगळ्या महिलांची आम्ही टीम बनवली आणि आमचा सगळ्यांच्या टीमचे वेगळे वेगळे आम्ही नंबर्स दिलेले आहेत. तर त्याच्यात ज्यांना ज्यांची कुणाची समस्या असेल त्यासाठी आम्ही महिला कट्टा काम करतो. तर मुलींना तुम्हाला फक्त मी खूप जास्त बोर करणार नाही. तुम्ही तुमच्या डेव्हलपमेंटसाठी सगळं ऐकलंय, पण आता तुम्हाला जे काही करायचं ते फक्त 2-3 गोष्टी मी तुम्हाला सांगू इच्छिते. तुम्ही पाहिलं असेल एखादा पक्षी आकाशात उडतो तर आमचं लक्ष जात नाही, पण तेच असा पक्ष्यांचा थवा एकदम लाईनशीर हातात हात घालून मोठा आकाशात जर असं छान थवा जायला लागला तर आपण थांबतो, आपल्या आजूबाजूच्यांना आवाज देतो आणि मग तो पहा किती सुंदर थवा आकाशात चाललाय. तो त्याचं देह गाठण्यासाठी एकत्रित चाललेला आहे. तर महिलांना मला ते सांगायचं की आम्ही जेव्हाही कुठलं सोशल काम करतो, जेव्हाही एकीमेकीसाठी उभं राहतो, तेव्हा हातात हात घालून एक विचार करून एकत्र जायला हवं. नाहीतर आम्हाला आजकालच्या मुला मुलींना आजूबाजू काय चाललंय किंवा आजूबाजूला मदत करावी हे मेंटल नाहीच आहे त्यांच्यामध्ये. सोशल कॉज कुठेतरी संपत आलाय आणि तो सोशल कॉज मुलांमध्ये यावा त्यासाठीच आमच्यासारख्या महिला काम करतात समाजामध्ये. तर मुलींनो मला तुमच्याकडनं हीच अपेक्षा आहे की तुमच्या घरी काम करणाऱ्या ज्या तुमच्याकडे स्वयंपाक करणाऱ्या असतील, भांडे घासणाऱ्या असतील किंवा अजून तुमच्याकडे ड्रायव्हर्स असतील, त्यांच्या मुली शिकतात की नाही, त्यांच्या मुलींचे काय प्रॉब्लेम आहेत. कारण काय होतं वस्त्यांमध्ये जेव्हा मुली शिकतात 10वी पर्यंत खूप झालं तर नंतर काय होतं त्यांच्या घरामध्ये एखादं छोटं बाळ येतं आणि आई वडील कामाला जातात म्हणून त्या मुलीला त्या बाळाला सांभाळायला लागतं, तर तिचं शिक्षण तिथेच थांबून जातं. अशा खूप समस्या आहेत. आम्ही काचीपुरामध्ये किंवा गड्डीगोदाम नगर याच्या वस्त्यांमध्ये फिरतो ना, अजूनही मुली शिक्षणामध्ये 10वीच्या पुढे जाताना आपल्याला दिसत नाही. तर या इथे ज्या मुली बसलेल्या आहेत त्या मुलींनाच मी विनंती करू इच्छिते की अशा काही मुली असतील तर त्यांना आपण कसं त्यांना शिक्षण देऊ शकू, त्यांना त्यांच्या पायावर कसं उभं करू शकू हे या मुलींनी जर पाहिलं. तुम्ही एका मुलीने फक्त 5 मुलींकडे जर लक्ष दिलं तर मला वाटतं आपला हे समाज एक अतिशय चांगला सुसंस्कृत समाज बनेल. कारण तुम्ही पुढची पिढी आहात. आमचं तर आयुष्य काय थोडंच आहे. आता आम्ही आतापर्यंत झटत आलो, आम्ही जे संघर्ष करत आलो, तर संघर्ष तुम्हाला करायचा नाही. आम्ही चुलीवर स्वयंपाक करायचो, आता गॅस आलेला आहे. तो संघर्ष तुमच्याकडे आता राहिलेला नाही. तुमचं जीवन खूप इझी झालंय. पण त्या इझी जीवनामध्ये पण तुम्हाला सोशल कॉज घेऊन आजूबाजूच्या लोकांपर्यंत तुम्ही काय सर्व्हिस देऊ शकता, लोकांना काय सर्व्हिस देऊ शकता, याचा विचार मात्र तुम्हाला करायला हवा. आणि आणखी आताच मी सीएमला एक पत्र काढून आजच मुंबईहून आले. मी एक पत्र त्यांना दिलंय की महिला दिनानिमित्त आमची एक तुम्हाला विनंती आहे की समाजामध्ये जे काही वाईट शिव्या दिल्या जातात त्याच्यामध्ये सगळ्या महिलांचा उद्धार आहे. तुम्ही तुमच्या मनात आठवा आता की सगळ्या ज्या काही शिव्या आहेत त्या महिलांच्या नावाने आहेत. तर त्या शिव्या जेव्हा वस्तात जातो ना आपण, छोटे छोटे मुलं ते शिव्या देताना आपण पाहतो, मग तिथे काय महिलांचा सन्मान आहे? म्हणजे त्याला लहानपणापासूनच कळतंय की महिलांबद्दल असं वाईट वाईट बोललं जातं, तर त्याच्या मनात ते तसंच वाढत राहणार आहे. तर त्या शिव्यांना कुठेतरी आळा घालण्यात यावा. तुम्ही अॅट्रॉसिटी केलंय ना, त्याच प्रकारे जर कुणी शिव्या दिल्या आणि जर कंप्लेंट केली नाही तर त्याच्याकडे थोडं लक्ष द्यावं. हा विषय घेऊन आम्ही काल सीएमला एक निवेदन दिलेलं आहे. बघूया ते कुठपर्यंत जाते, कारण या विषयावर मी बरेच दिवसापासून वस्तामध्ये काम करते, पण काही बदल दिसत नाही, कारण बायका शिव्या द्यायला लागल्या असतात. हो, बायका खूप त्याच प्रकारे शिवाय देतात बायका पण. बघा तुम्ही महिला सन्मान, महिलांचं सक्षमीकरण. कशाचं सक्षमीकरण? महिला पूर्वीपासून सक्षम आहे. जिजाऊ सक्षम होती, हिरकणी गडावरून खाली आलीच ना उतरत आपल्या बाळासाठी. सगळ्या महिला सक्षम होत्या. फक्त गव्हर्नमेंटला सक्षमतेचा फाईल बनवायचा आणि पाऊ करायचा. आम्ही सक्षमच आहोत, फक्त आम्हाला थोडंसं पाठबळ हवं आणि आम्हाला हक्क आहे, आमचा समान अधिकार हवाय. आम्हाला पुरुषाला धक्का मारून पण पुढे जायचं नाही, त्याच्या खांद्याला खांदा लावून आमच्या हक्कासाठी, आमच्या सन्मानासाठी आम्हाला लढायचं. आणि ती लढाई आपल्याला सगळ्यांना एकत्र करायची. नवीन पिढीना पण, जुनी पिढी तुमच्या पाठीशी खंबीरपणे उभी राहील याची ग्वाही मी तुम्हाला देते. तुमच्या इथल्या कुठल्याही मुलीला कुठेही समस्या असेल तर 24/7 सर्व्हिस देण्याचं काम मी आज करते. ज्यांना कोणाला अनुभव आला असेल मला माहिती नाही, पण माझ्या एरियातले जे लोक आहेत त्यांना अनुभव आलेला आहे. 24/7 म्हणजे त्यातल्या त्यात मुलींच्या काही समस्या असतील, महिलांच्या समस्या असतील, कौटुंबिक अत्याचार असू द्यात, सामाजिक काही प्रॉब्लेम्स असतील, सगळ्यांसाठी काम करण्यासाठी आम्ही 24/7 काम करतो. तर मुलींना तुम्ही आमचा नंबर ठेवा. तुम्हालाही कुठे काही प्रॉब्लेम असेल तर आम्ही रात्री तुमच्या पाठीशी उभे राहू. आणि तुम्ही पण तीच नंतर विचार ठेवा की नाही, जर माझ्या शेजारीच्या मुलीला काही प्रॉब्लेम आला असेल तर आपण दारा लावून बसतो. तर ते न करता आम्हाला आमच्या 10 मुलींना, आम्ही जर पोलीस स्टेशन मध्ये गेलो ना तर आमच्या एखादी दुसरी महिला गेली तर पोलीस स्टेशन मध्ये उभं नाही करत. त्यांना आमच्यासारख्या लिडरची मदत लागते. जेव्हा आम्ही जातो तेव्हा त्यांना पोलीस अटेंड करतात. पण आम्ही न जाता जर 100 मुली एकत्र गेल्या तर तो पीआय उठून बाहेर येईल की काय प्रॉब्लेम. पण आम्ही 100 मुली एकत्रच होत नाही ना. तिचा प्रॉब्लेम आहे, तिही प्रॉब्लेम क्रिएट केलाय, म्हणून शेजारची मुलगी कधीच तिच्या मदतीला किंवा शेजारची बाई कधीच तिच्या मदतीला उभी राहत नाही. आणि ही जोपर्यंत आपली विचारसरणी बदलत नाही तोपर्यंत मला वाटतं आपलं काहीच होणार नाही. सगळ्यांनी एक दुसऱ्याला जर मदत केली तर मला वाटतं एक चांगला समाज बनेल. आणि आणखी एक विषय होता ताई, की जेव्हाही आता आपण 1910 पासून महिला दिवस मनवतो 8 मार्च, काही बदल खूप कमी झालाय. आता आपल्याला उलट जावं लागेल. आता महिला दिवशी आपल्याला मुला मुलींचे किंवा पुरुषांचे असे मेळावे घ्यायला सुरू करायला लागेल, कारण त्यांची मानसिकता बदलवणं खूप गरजेचं आहे. मुलांना असं सांगायला लागेल की तुझी बहिणीसारखीच दुसरी मुलगी पण तुझी बहीण आहे. हे जोपर्यंत आपण मुलांमध्ये हे करणार नाही तोपर्यंत या 8 मार्चला काही अर्थ नाही. ठीक आहे, तुमचं कौतुक करतो, तुम्हाला शाबासकी देतो, तुमचा सत्कार करतो 1 दिवसापुरता. नंतर काय करतो आपण 364 दिवस आपण असंच हे करत राहतो. तर त्यासाठी आपण मुलांना असं सुशिक्षित करता येईल. पुढच्या वेळेस मॅडम आपण 8 मार्चला मुलांचा असं संमेलन ठेवूया आणि मुलांना सॉरी ते मुलगा बसलाय, एकच मुलगा बसलाय, पण आपण मुलांना सामाजिक दायित्व काय आहे हे ते शिकवायला लागेल. तेव्हाच कुठेतरी आमचे अत्याचार थांबतील. त्यांच्या लहानपणापासून त्यांच्या मनामध्ये ते आम्हाला भरवायला पाहिजे. आमच्या आई लोकांचं पण काम आहे की घरी मुला मुलीला समान मागवत असताना त्या मुलांमध्ये ते संस्कार देणं हे पण खूप गरजेचं आहे. तर मी इथे जास्त वेळ घेत नाही, पण तुमच्या पाठीशी खंबीरपणे उभी राहील, तुमच्या समस्येला अर्ध्या रात्री धावून येईल याची ग्वाही मी आपल्याला देते. मुलींना तुम्हाला माझा नंबर पाहिजे असेल तर नोट करा. तुमची कुठलीही समस्या डॉक्टरकडे, इथे डॉक्टर बसल्याच आहेत, मेडिकलची काही समस्या असेल, तुमच्या आई बाबांना काही समस्या असेल, तुमच्या आजूबाजूच्या महिलांना काही समस्या असेल, तर तुम्ही त्यांना माझा नंबर शेअर करू शकता. 98 ओके ओके छान, थँक्यू. आणि मला इथे बोलवल्याबद्दल परत एकदा मी तुमच्या सगळ्यांचे आभार मानते. असंच काही काम असेल तर गेस्ट म्हणून नाही, पण कामासाठी मला नक्की आठवण करा. मी तुमच्या मदतीला येईन याची ग्वाही देते. धन्यवाद. जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र.
खूप खूप धन्यवाद मॅम. आम्हाला महिला सशक्तीकरण करण्याची जी गरज आहे त्याची आम्हाला जाण करून दिल्याबद्दल आणि त्यासोबत तुम्ही जे महिला सशक्तीकरणासाठी कार्य करता त्याच्यासाठी खूप खूप आभार मॅम. आणि आम्हाला समाज कल्याण कार्यांबद्दल जागरूक केल्याबद्दल तुमचे खूप खूप आभार मॅम. धन्यवाद. As we conclude this enriching session, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our prestigious speakers. We are certainly privileged to have received guidance from our notable guests exhibiting expertise in such diverse fields. The knowledge and encouragement you have shared today will leave a lasting impact on all of us, empowering us to strive for excellence and break barriers. We have been graced today by a repository of wisdom in form of our guests. Thus, I now urge my student friends to put forward their queries that they would like to ask to the guests.
Session is open for questions. If anybody has any queries. First, you can ask your queries to Dr. Seema ma'am, Rita Agrawal ma'am, Vaishali ma'am, and you can get the ma'am question for Dr. Agrawal. I hope it is actually a representation from all the audience. I believe. My question is, how can I develop a growth mindset and overcome self-limiting belief, which one has?
Yeah, so this is hard work. I don't have any magic wand. But look at the list of strong personality dimensions which I gave you. The PPT is here, you can see it. Now, when you look at those dimensions, it's a continuous process of self-awareness. I gave you the AAA. The AAA is self-awareness. Self-awareness means reflection. Reflection means looking inside. How do I feel? How did I behave? How did I act? So you have to evaluate and assess your behavior. Was I proper? What did my behavior reflect? And if somebody gives you a proper feedback, like your teachers, your mother, your parents, your guardians, they will give you the right feedback. The proper feedback. Listen to it carefully. What is it that you must develop? What is a growth mindset? A growth mindset which has problem-solving attitudes, not complaining, grumbling, blaming the world. You know, you're just blaming everything outside. But the problem, my dear, is not outside. The world is what it was 100 years ago. The same. The problem is inside. So what you have to do is look inside. Introspect, understand yourself and build yourself. And never say die. Face the challenges. Be strong and resilient. So even if you might have, we had Deepika Padukone campaigning for stress. She was on Modi ji's Pariksha Pe Charcha or something. She was there. And she's the one who's actually come out openly into the public to say that she has name, she has fame, she has everything. Why did she get depression? Biological component, genetic component, chemical locha. It can happen to anyone. So you are not to blame yourself. If I have depression, I have anxiety, I have OCD, am I a weak person? No. So somebody has PCOD, somebody has any types of physical illnesses, are so many. Mental illnesses are also so many. Am I a weak person? No. I must break the stigma. I must face the reality. Problem solve. Look look ahead, look positive, optimism, resilience. What is resilience? It's like a rubber band. It has this capacity to fall back. You can stretch it and it falls back. So coming back to the original position after any challenging event. But we can do some programs on this, maybe someday when Dr. Shubhaji invites me.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yes, please. Come forward. Come forward, dear. Please ask your queries without hesitation.
So my question is to Dr. Seema.
Or something.
Am I audible?
Yes.
So my question is to Dr. Seema Dande. Whenever we diagnose with PCOS or PCOD, the pathologist or the doctor suggests us to take some medicines and prescribe it into Ayurveda, allopathic, and homeopathic. There are a number of medicines. So whenever we diagnose at the age of sometimes after 15 or 16, 18, whenever we get the symptoms. So is it okay to have medicines for like anti-androgens or for the sake of Patil, they give zinc and all, whatever omega fatty acids. So is it okay to have them?
See, these multivitamins and omega fatty acids and Ayurvedic medicines, they really don't work. Because I have told you that only the two hormones, that is high testosterone and high insulin, they are the culprits. If you are not having periods because of PCOS, it is must that every 3 months at least you should have periods. So you can take some progesterone hormone so that you will get the withdrawal bleeding. That is must. Otherwise, it will harm the uterus, right? And PCOS is like a varied spectrum of diseases. Sometimes you may not have a single symptom, and we have to treat what symptom you have. If you have irregular periods, treat that. If you have some problem with obesity, just treat that. If you are not able to get pregnant, treat that. It is like that, and it is there lifelong. Okay, but in most of the times you will not have any symptoms. Whenever you have whichever symptom, that has to be treated and correctly. Only the specific things, right? I hope I have cleared your doubt.
Yes, but the cause and the symptoms are different. But the society like balance in our two because it is not like
See, you are born with PCOS, so you are born with PCOS, but you will not have any symptoms. Then why are you taking medications, right? Just an ultrasound report showing many follicles and ovaries are big. So you don't have to get treatment for that. Absolutely not.
what else it is.
Yes, so that's what I'm saying. If you are having excess hair, get the treatment for that. That's it. If you are having regular periods, no need of any hormones. Got it? You have to go to a dermatologist for that.
The night for the laser it can cause DNA damage.
No. That is what dermatology is recommended, of course. There are some medications which will reduce the androgen, the testosterone. That you have to take, of course. Yeah. No harm in taking them.
At what extent?
Depends till your symptoms are there.
And it doesn't lead to side effects, ma'am.
No, not at all. If they are needed, means they are needed. You have to take. Okay? Otherwise, you will be scared of taking paracetamol also because it will cause a side effect. Right? Don't go in depth and don't do Googling. Okay? Go to the gynecologist. They will guide you properly.
Hello ma'am, my question is to Seema ma'am regarding period cramps because my age group girls are really facing lots of period cramps in that 4 days. So So why this is so? Actually, I am facing it.
Okay. So that is known as primary dysmenorrhea, primary, because it is from the beginning of your periods, right? What happens is that the mouth of the uterus that is very tight. So if you are having heavy blood inside because of hormonal imbalance again, the estrogen is high. So it makes the layer of the womb very thick. And when you have bleeding, it is too much. So it gets collected inside the uterus, that is the womb. And when it tries to come out, then the uterus contracts to release that blood, and that gives the pain. Because the mouth of the womb is very narrow. If you have delivered a child, then the mouth is open, right? So the pain is less. So this is very common symptom.
What to do for relief?
You have to take some analgesics, antispasmodics. Yeah, they're safe. 1 or 2 tablets in a month is perfectly fine. It is not going to damage your kidneys anyways. So you're free to take.
Because the rumors are there, that painkillers are not good.
Of course, they are not good, but you're not taking it daily, right? Of course, I'm not recommending. Dolo is safe, but that is just a pain paracetamol, right? For fever, that is okay. But this is spasmodic, like it is crampy pain, correct? So the medication is different for that, and you can take it safely. No worries.
Thank you.
I have a question to Agrawal ma'am. Maybe it's my personal question, ma'am. If everything is fine, the things are fine. If something goes wrong, there are two aspects which I would like to address here. The first thing is the day ruins. Like I'll be distressed and the day goes very bad. So that's the first thing. So how to overcome such situations? And the second thing is the reaction time is very less. Like if someone says something to me, I won't even think whether to say that or not. I immediately respond to what they have said. Maybe in a negative way or a positive way. But the reaction time is very less for me. So how should I address these issues?
So the reaction time on that particular day when things have gone wrong?
At that particular situation.
Yeah. So that means you're irritated.
Maybe sort of.
Your day is ruined, you're in a bad mood. So basically what you should say is, like we say, lift out of order.
Yes.
So you just, keep some tag to say, children keep away from me today, mama is in a bad mood. Nobody will disturb because see, it is true that your day is ruined, you're a working woman and you're tired and you're in no mood to listen to anybody. So you should just give that little bit of a message at home. I'm not in a mood today. Don't talk to me.
It's not related to home, ma'am.
Then?
The day ruins fine. But suppose if something happens at 10 a.m. today, the same thing carries till even 5 or till tomorrow morning.
No. Why?
I don't know. It carries. Even if it's not a big thing.
You should listen to the gynec response.
Okay, it's not a big thing. Even a small thing disturbs me. If it's not according to me.
She's asking you whether you're in the perimenopause state of mind.
Okay. Then it would be.
Because you have bad
So it's not
irritability,
this day's problem, ma'am. It's since
See,
my childhood.
what happens with
It's since my childhood.
the women's hormones? Should I tell you something very interesting? Psychiatry, when it started, psychiatry as a science when it started, would focus only on the woman's womb. And they said all women's problems are inside you. So they would take a magnifying glass and look at her womb. They not look at her mind. And the word hysteria, the only diagnosis the psychiatrist could make for a woman was hysteria. And hysteria comes from a word hystero. The word comes from hystero, which is the womb. So it was like that in the initial stages. So there's a lot of science around women's hormones and women's moods. So she gave a very gynec response, perimenopausal
Okay, the
lady.
reason is there, but what's the solution for
You have to take a pause whenever.
Okay. I just want to count 1 to 15.
Don't react because everything is reaction only. How you react to the situation. And then it relieves. You try this, I think.
You saw that movie Three Idiots where it said all is well, all is well. It's not a bad idea. You say when your day is ruined, you say this will also pass.
So it will pass even if I don't think that it will pass.
No. You have to think then it will pass faster.
Faster.
You won't spoil 2 days. You will spoil maybe 2 hours.
Hello. Again, my question is to Rita ma'am. If something goes wrong at the workplace, I carry that stress at home and indirectly it affects my family. So what is the solution? How I can keep that stress here only so that my family members should not affect that?
No. See, these are very serious problems which we are facing world over globally. So we are talking of workplace mental health. WHO also has been focusing a lot on workplace mental health because the work stress is just shot up. I don't know why. What are people up to? There is so much of work stress. So this is also a workplace, right? So the workplace mental health is a matter of concern. So what many years ago, several decades ago, in fact, Japan and all used to have methods. Japan, I think, was the first country who used to have a lot of methods in de-stressing. You have a recreational room, you have a de-stressing room where faculty members, where before you go home and bash your children, you get into that room, relax, meditate, have a cup of coffee, exercise, and then there are those punching bags. Take out all your frustration of your boss or your work on the punching bag, and then don't go home and don't punch anybody else. So you would need de-stressing rooms at every workplace, wellness rooms. So de-stress before you go home.
Any more questions? We can request this for to our VCCL to create such a room for us. Good evening, degree, please. I have a question for Dr. Seema ma'am. My question is, are IUD safe? Yeah, safe. Are there any side effects of using it?
It is safe. See, every contraceptive has some benefits and some risks, but the success rate with IUCD is very high. Okay, and it is a one-time job. Like you put it and then you just forget it. No need to take the pill like daily. Right? Only heavy bleeding happens in some patients. That's it. Otherwise, it is good, and you put it and just forget it and keep it for 5 years. And if you want to have a second child, then even if you remove it, you can get pregnant immediately. It doesn't affect any fertility. Then if you have some heart problem or some blood pressure, still it is safe. So there are many benefits.
Any more questions?
Thank you so much, dignitaries, for answering all our queries. As a token of gratitude, we now take the immense pleasure of felicitating our guests for sparing us their valuable time and guidance. I would like to invite Dr. N. Teju Kalyani ma'am to present a memento to Dr. Seema Dande. Thank you, ma'am. I am delighted to call upon Dr. Shubha Nagpur ma'am to felicitate Dr. Rita Agrawal ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I now seek the presence of Dr. Sheetal Deshmukh ma'am to present a memento to Vaishali Nagarke ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Kindly join us in inviting Dr. Pallavi ma'am to felicitate Pragati Patil ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Now I call upon Dr. N. Teju Kalyani ma'am to propose a vote of thanks.
Good evening, all the dignitaries on the dais and the audience. On behalf of National Innovation Technological University, I feel privileged and honored to propose vote of thanks on the occasion of International Women's Day celebrations, which we have celebrated today. I personally believe that thank giving is the time of togetherness and the process of sharing this gratitude to each and everyone who has directly or indirectly contributed in this particular event in organizing the things. At the outset, first, I would like to thank Seema ma'am for guiding us something related to gynec issues. Thank you, ma'am, for being here and sparing your valuable time. My thanks also goes to Vaishali ma'am for educating us about what to eat and what not to eat in order to keep ourselves healthy. Thank you, ma'am. And I thank Agrawal ma'am for being with us and sparing her valuable time and for educating us and even explaining us about how to manage the stress. And I remember one model which you have said that bio, psycho, and social mental health model. So thank you, ma'am, for giving us certain ways to release stress in different ways. Thank you for your presence here. And I also thank Pragati ma'am for being here and reminding our students about their role in the development of the society. Thank you, ma'am, for being here. And my special thanks to Vaidya ma'am for being here. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being here. I also extend my thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Atul Vaidya sir, and Registrar sir, Neeraj Katti sir, for continuous support and encouragement regarding each and every event which we are planning or proposed to plan in this premises. My thanks also goes to Mohan Pandey sir for giving certain speakers to us for this occasion. Thank you, sir. And my special thanks to all organizing committee members who has took a lot of efforts in making this event successful. Okay, I would like to name them Pallavi Giri ma'am, Sheetal Deshmukh ma'am, Aarti Shanivara ma'am, Savita ma'am, Seema ma'am, and even Shilpa Pandey ma'am. I thank them. And I would also like to thank the coordinator of this event, Shubha Daunpura ma'am, who always keenly look into each and everything at nanoscale, whether the things are at place or not. Thank you, ma'am, for your guidance. As a coordinator, I would like to thank you also because your guidance means a lot. And my personal thanks to each and everyone who is sitting here, the audience. And I forgot to mention the role of volunteers of this particular event. I thank each and everyone. I cannot take all the names. Thank you very much for all your efforts, because of whom this event is a big success. And thank you once again, each and everyone. Maybe I have forgot some names to name, and I'm sorry for that. And I wish all the best to all of you. And I request all of you to keep rolling all the 365 days. Again, a happy Women's Day to each and every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Everyone is now requested to rise for the national anthem.
तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाए तब जय गाथा मंगलदायक जय भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे
भारत माता की
जय
All guests and teachers are humbly requested to proceed to the boardroom for high tea, and all students are requested to proceed to the corridors for high tea. Thank you, everyone.
year wise, final year, third year, second year, likewise you go, then there will be no crowd. Girls, please take care of you.